Not just the DC cinematic universe has a propensity for dark and violent content. Welcome to Yukon Cypers, and today we'll be ranking down our picks for the top 10 darkest DC alternate timelines. Before we get started, please note that we regularly post new content, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive updates on our newest videos. We'll be focusing on Elseworlds, potential futures, alternative stories, or parallel universes that exist outside of the normal DC continuity that are noticeably desolate, forlorn, or simply all around harder or more menacing for this list. Number 10. Armageddon 2001. We can all be glad to know that 2001 has passed without our reality or the DC Universe's main universe becoming this one. This 1991 crossover event featured annuals for comic books like Batman, Flash, Superman, and others, along with two special Armageddon 2001 issues. The narrative introduced a grim future in the year 2030, one where Monarch, a despotic former hero, now rules as dictator. 2001 was the year that the unknown figure rose to power. The tie-in annuals investigated the destinies of well-known characters inside this hypothetical future, and they all went to fairly grim places, which is what made this event so interesting. Number 9. Batman, the Doom That Came to Gotham. This 3-issue miniseries, which was released between 2000 and 2001, took everyone's favorite caped crusader through a 1920s Elseworlds reality that was influenced by H.P. Lovecraft. What was the most successful aspect of this experiment? Because Hellboy creator Mike Mignola contributed as both a writer and a cover artist, he was able to infuse the renowned and decidedly frightening DC character with his own brand of gothic horror that sounds like a match made in comic book heaven, doesn't it? To the pleasure of readers, the Doom also gave Batman's existing gloomy array of characters. Number 8. Superman Red Son. What if Superman's Kryptonian ship had landed somewhere else instead of where it did? Is a topic that has bothered comic book creators and readers for decades. The most fascinating, important, and perceptive narrative that plays with this idea is undoubtedly Mark Millar's Eisner Award-winning Soviet Superman story. With the exception of the United States and Chile, it all starts as the nation's ultimate superweapon and deterrent before he ascends to power and spreads the communist influence over the world. The planet appears on the surface to be a paradise, but it actually lacks choice and has strict criminal laws, in addition to being a fantastic Superman story. Number 7. JLA Rock of Ages. This is not to be confused with the musical-turned-movie Rock of Ages. Tom Cruise plays no part in this reality. Grant Morrison's Rock of Ages, a classic Justice League of America story that examines one of the darkest futures ever imagined, in which Darkseid has mastered the anti-life equation and exploited it to rule both Earth and New Genesis, is one of his most imaginative works. Before our heroes venture into their future, in which heroes have long since been vanquished and the world has essentially lost all hope of salvation. Number 6. JLA Destiny. Justice League of America. Ho-Thing. Few variations of the crew appeared to be successfully defending their version of Earth across the cosmos, a reality that was addressed over the course of a 4-issue miniseries. Batman and Superman, the team's two most valuable members and leaders, were never given. Instead, Martha and Bruce Wayne perished in Crime Alley, while a distraught Thomas Wayne's lived to fund the future Justice League superhero team. Because of terrorism, it is difficult to distinguish between good and evil in disputes, and the Justice League is insufficient. Number 5. The Dark Knight Returns. Frank Millar's seminal miniseries needs little introduction as one of the most well-known, acclaimed, and best-selling alternate tales ever printed in a DC comic book. The novel depicts a potential and perhaps dystopian future in which Bruce Wayne has given up and crime is out of control in his city. It takes place in a reality known as Earth 31. Bruce returns to his vigilante methods at the start of our story, eventually persuading the mutants, a Gotham gang, to follow him in a bloody crusade against crime. It's an extremely cynical tale. Number 4. The Batman and Dracula Trilogy. These two may have some same themes, but until Doug mentioned this brilliant Elseworlds story in 1991, launching a trilogy of grand Batman tales, we could never have imagined how wonderfully they would work together on paper. Batman and Dracula. Dracula and his henchmen had moved into Gotham, and Red Rain set Batman against them. In an unexpected turn of events, Batman loses his humanity while gaining supernatural abilities and becoming a vampire. Through 2 follow-up films, Batman, Bloodstorm, and Batman. Number 3. Injustice. The accompanying comic book series has been this parallel reality's greatest gift to comic book readers, and it has taken on a life of its own. This video game and its sequel are among the more rewarding and complicated fighting games to grace modern platforms. The writers have created a fantastically complicated world within the protection of this parallel reality where Superman, driven to the brink by having been duped into killing a pregnant Lois Lane, becomes the oppressive ruler of the entire planet and the strict enforcement of the law. Superheroes are assassinated frequently. Number 2. Kingdom Come. When it was released in 1996, this dark, gorgeous, and mature Elseworlds tale by Mark Waid and Alex Ross raised the bar for DC narrative. Kingdom Come, which is set in the year 2020, centers on an older version of the well-known characters who have been replaced by a new generation of aggressive, egotistical, self-serving, and nihilistic heroes. A somber, jaded Superman intervenes to try to put things right when this ultimately leads to catastrophe, setting up a big battle of capes. It is a startlingly astute analysis of the genre, set in a world we hope the main continuity can avoid. Number 1. Flashpoint. We must applaud the creative team for developing this crossover event that will change the game. Flashpoint had many moving pieces, yet Jeff Johns and his team managed to make it function. The team's ability to build a gloomy and intensely captivating reality that didn't feel at all derivative is perhaps what sets their work apart from the many grim and dismal alternate Earths that came before their own. The Flash establishes a dark new universe where Atlantis and Themyscira are at war, and where Bruce Wayne's death forces his parents to become Batman and the Joker after utilizing the Speed Force to save his mother in the past. Barry Allen must fix the realities of broken nations and heroes in the split and deep hole of a globe. Do you agree with our selections? Check out these additional fantastic concept movies and be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when we upload new content.